So after this particular call, right? Oh, sorry, 1 minute. So yeah, after this particular call, I am expecting your Scrum Masters to do these particular steps. So I'm expecting them to create an organization for you. I'm expecting them to create a project for you. That project is what you are going to be using because, like I said, Azure DevOps is collaborative tool, right? So it's not going to be one tool that you will use. If you are going to use it individually, you just for your own practice or to showcase what you've done, maybe in interview or something. But for in this particular program, your Scrum Master will create one Azure DevOps project for your team, right? So, okay.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
All right, cool. Olori.
Yeah, good evening. So does it mean it's the responsibility of the Scrum Masters to create an Azure DevOps?
Yeah, that's right.
All
So
right.
like I said, you might join an organization that already got Azure DevOps installed. Then of course you don't need to. So what you now need to do is to manage them, right? Is to say, okay, do we have a project already? If you have a project already, then it's going to be the boards that you have to be managing. But if you are joining a greenfield organization or application, so you might need to set everything up from scratch, right? So in some cases, you might also go for an interview, right? They might ask you, have you set up Azure DevOps from scratch? Even if they don't ask you, it's something that you might want to say as a Scrum Master that I have set up Azure DevOps from scratch. Then you might also want to go through the steps that you take to be able to set them up. Okay. Any other
All right.
question? Yeah, thanks.
Yes, please, Deji, a very quick one.
Please.
Said each teams will set up one board. But given that we have in my team we have four Scrum Masters, how, based on past classes you've taken, how would it work? How, because I can't get my head around it since it's just going to be one per team. How
Yeah.
to manage it? How, I'm not sure.
Okay. So like I said, every member of your team should have their individual Azure board, right? The admin are going to advise you of an email address that you are going to use to register, right? To create an Azure board. They will send the email address to you, Scrum Master, to say this is the email address that you need to use, right? So we will not create it for you because we want you to able to create it. So let's say you have 4 Scrum Master, you come together, right? I'm going to assume that all the 4 Scrum Masters would go individually and try to create one on their own, right? So, but the email that we're going to give to you, you're going to use that together, right, to create one project for your team. Is that clear?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. What about the others, like the QAs?
Okay, I'll tell you where the QA starts, right? So you jump in when the board is already created, right? But having said that, right, that doesn't mean that if you're a QA, you cannot go by yourself and set this up. Do you get it now, right? Because in some cases you might find yourself in a situation whereby your Scrum Master is not is not around. You need to manage the board, you need to do this, so you need to also be able to do this yourself. And also in some cases you might be fortunate that you are employed and you are the first QA and your Scrum Master, whether they will employ the person or the person has not resumed, or you see instances when a Scrum Master was employed, then the QA was employed, but the Scrum Master denied the position, then it's fall on your lap to actually take the role of a QA and also the role of a Scrum Master. The same thing applies to BA as well, right? You won't say, I don't have a Azure board because of that. I'm not doing my job. And yeah, it's good. It's a good knowledge or experience for you to have, if I may say.
So in other words, the one if as a QA you decide to create one, you may not be using it for this project. You will have to log on to the one the Scrum Masters created.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, any other question? Otherwise, we'll continue. Okay, so okay, I would stop recording on this one.